Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be currently doing my Manchester United versus Tottenham preview, which is Saturday 12:30 kickoff. Now I've got a few things to update you when I get into the current game right now. I've got a few things to update you with due to injury updates and stuff like that. It's confirmed that I think that Phil Jones is currently going to be fit for the clash against Tottenham on Saturday. It is a big game and he's going to be fit. I think, he's declared that he's going to be fully fit, and Jose Mourinho is convinced that he's going to be fully fit, but Jose Mourinho has come out and suggested out that's apart from the Jones situation, there's no other news to currently update you with, and this is what Jose Mourinho has currently clarified, because we know that Phil Jones had come off during the Huddersfield game in around the 25th minute mark because he suffered an injury during international break as well, and he's complemented well with Bailey at that centre-back position. Also, to confirm you on with the Eric Bailly situation, it did confirm the other day in the press that he's due to be fit for the Tottenham and Chelsea games. Is Eric Bailly, but I think that he's unlikely to be currently featuring his Eric Bailly as well, who has scored one goal for his first ever goal for Manchester United against Swansea back in August. He suffered an injury during an international break as well. It's also confirmed that Marcus Rojo could be back in a few weeks for Manchester United as well, because he suffered long-term injury. Ibrahimovic expected to return back in December due to long-term injury, 28 goals last season for us as well. Paul Pogba's injured. I think it's clarified that he could be out till December, currently with a hamstring injury, so he's been out for over a month now. Our central midfielder. We know that Fellaini's still out for Manchester United. Fellaini's still out for Manchester United. I think Carrick's got a slight injury as well, if I am currently correct in the situation. But apparently it's according to reports that Jones is expected to be fully fit for the clash, because Jones come off in the 25th minute mark, to replace Lindelof. Lindelof, you can't really judge him. I think you need to give him a season to settle him. He's not ready for the Premier League yet, as he's currently proven as Victor Lindelof, But yeah, I'd say give him a bit of time. But this is a big game now, going into the Manchester United Spurs game at 12:30, because it was a very, very fantastic performance for Manchester United, on Tuesday night against Swansea. Very, very good performance, which is just a very, very good performance. Jesse Lingard popping up with 2 fantastic goals. Rashford getting the assist, Darwin getting the assist, and we played very, very well. We created a lot of chances. Junesby played fantastically well. McTominay played well. Lingard fantastic. I thought Rashford and Lingard link up between them two was absolutely phenomenal as well. And Lingard scored 2 sublime goals, and it was a very, very good performance, and it was a better performance than we've seen before that game in the last 3 performances. Liverpool wasn't very good, but very good defensively. Benfica wasn't a convincing performance. The Huddersfield game, 2 defensive mistakes, lost us the game in that due to with Mata and Lindelof. But there were 3 games where we didn't really perform, because early on this season, we're scoring goals, 3 or 4 goals, winning games, convincingly and performing fantastically well. But since Liverpool game, we haven't seen us really perform. But it was very, very good to see us, get back to winning ways against Swansea in the Carabao Cup. That puts us now into the quarter-final of Carabao Cup. We are the current winners of the EFL Cup so far from last season. But yeah, hopefully now we can regain our winning form back like we showed before the Liverpool game. But it seemed to have gone downhill since the Liverpool game. But it's good to see us get back to currently winning ways. We have had a lot of injury problems, but it was no excuse in the Huddersfield game. Huddersfield, very poor side. They're going to be fine for relegation, but hopefully that might be just a blip. That might be just a blip, because every team loses. We have a record of losing to, small teams that get promoted. So you've got to take it into consideration. But this is Manchester United versus Tottenham preview. For Tottenham's perspective, Tottenham, I think, have still got Lamela out, should I say. I think Lamella's still out for Tottenham, so he's going to be featuring. Also, they've had Wanyama out since Tottenham's defeat to Chelsea. They've had Wanyama out of Tottenham as well. But as I said, Tottenham are in very, very good form. As I said, even though they lost to West Ham tonight in the Carabao Cup, but apart from that, they're in pretty decent form. Away from home, they've been absolutely phenomenal. At Wembley, they haven't been so good of Tottenham Hotspur at Wembley, to be fair, but in the last couple of games they have been rising up at Wembley. They've been performing well. They got a result against Bournemouth. Got a fantastic result against Liverpool at the weekend. Kane scored 2 fantastic goals, but they did lose tonight. And Harry Kane now, has got 14 goals in all competitions for Manchester United. Presumably the best one of the best strikers now in the world. 40 goals in all competitions. Tottenham have been very, very consistent for 3 years of Tottenham as well in the process. Been looking not to win the league. Pochettino, very, very good manager, as I currently said. But Harry Kane, 40 goals in all competitions, as I said, for Tottenham this season in the Premier League have played 9, won 6, scored 19 goals and kept 5 clean sheets in the current process. So it will be a difficult game. As I said, Tottenham's record at Old Trafford is not very, very good, to be quite honest. But yeah, I think it's going to be a very interesting game. What fears me the most is Kane. 14 goals in all competitions, over 100 goals now for Tottenham in all competitions. He's not far from hitting 100 goals now, in the Premier League is Harry Kane. So I hope Manchester United can get the win. We have to win this game, to keep the pressure on Manchester City, because they are now 5 points clear at the top. And we don't want them to go ahead of steam as well, because we know Manchester United, I've got big games coming up. We've got like Tottenham the weekend, Chelsea the week after away from home. Going to be a tough game. We've got City coming up in December as well. Going to be a very, very tough game for us. But it's confirmed. Jones is expected to return. Bailey, I don't think it's going to be playing. Rojo's still out for a few weeks. Pogba's not expected to return till December. Fellaini's still injured. Ibrahimovic has suffered a long-term injuries. Expected to be back in December for Man United as well. Also, Lukaku was not scored in now 4 games for Manchester United. Lukaku was not scored in 4 games for us. That is a bit of a disappointment. He didn't start the Swansea game, but he did come on as a sub. But in the previous 3 games, he hasn't scored, but he has scored, I think, 11 or 12 goals in all competitions. It's going to be interesting. Lukaku versus Kane, and I think they're the 2 best strikers in the Premier League at the current moment. But I said Lindelof, making his Premier League debut against Huddersfield, coming on to replace Jones. He was a fault for the second goal. Lindelof, I think, needs a bit of time. We did pay £30 million for him from Benfica, but he does need a bit of time. We're still in the title race, no doubt about it. We are still in this title race. So, you've got the statistics of the previous meetings. Man United 6 wins, Tottenham 4. You've got a 2-0 Man U, 0-0, 3-0 Man U, 3-1 Man U, 3-2 Tottenham, 1-all, 2-all, 2-1 Tottenham, 0-0, 3-0, 1-0, 3-0 Tottenham, 1-0 Manchester United, 2-0, 2-1 Tottenham. So last season, last season you had Tottenham beat us 2-1. I think we beat them 1-0 at home. And then the previous you got the 0-0s as well. So we'll get a bit into more statistics about the game. It's going to be a tough game. Bailey's the key miss, because Kane can exploit our defence. Without Bailey there, with the quality of Kane. I think United can do it, because, as I said, we have a very, very good record against Spurs at home. Tottenham have it says here Tottenham have lost 20 of their last 25 Premier League trips to Old Trafford. Their biggest tally of defeats away at any club in the competition. Spurs, who beat us back in May 2016, will be looking to record consecutive league victories against us for the first time since April 1990. Spurs won all 3 meetings against Manchester United in all competitions in 1989-1990, with Gary Lineker scoring 3 of their 4 goals across those matches. This was only the second time Spurs have beaten the Red Devils 3 times in a single season. We have won 5. We have won their Manchester United have won their last 5 Premier League games at Old Trafford, keeping clean sheet in each win. Their last record 6 consecutive home league wins without conceding in March 2010. In our last 2 games, Manchester United have scored 1 goal, attempted only 4 shots on target. Yeah, Spurs have faced those same opposition over the last 3 games. Huddersfield and Liverpool netted 8 goals and had 13 shots on target. You know what I mean? Because Spurs did beat Huddersfield 4-0 and we lost to Huddersfield 2-1. So this will be Marcus Rashford's last Premier League game as a teenager. Turns 20 on October 31st. So this will be his last game as a teenager. Only Wayne Rooney, 15, has scored more goals for Man United in Premier League as a teenager than Rashford, 13. And Rashford's goal total is the 10th most by a teenager overall in Premier League history. Harry Kane has scored 15 out of Harry Kane's 29 goals. Oh wait, Harry Kane has scored 29 goals, 26 Premier League appearances, 2017 so far. Just 7 of all-time Premier League record in the calendar year, set by Alan Shearer in 1995. 15 of Harry Kane's 29 goals in 2017 so far have come away from home. Only 2 players have scored more Premier League goals on the road in a single calendar year, Sergio Aguero and Robin van Persie. 7 of Harry Kane's league goals in 2017 have been assisted by Trippier, with the England striker netting exactly half the chances that the fullback has laid on for him in the period. Romelu Lukaku has just scored 15 goals in 58 Premier League appearances against the Big Six clubs, average a goal every 209 minutes, because we know Lukaku hasn't got a good record of scoring against big teams, but he's still a very good player as well. But it's going to be, a very interesting game of football. Tottenham are in fantastic form coming into this game, in the league especially. They're doing well in the Champions League. They've won 2 in the Champions League, drawn 1, got a draw against Real Madrid. But Tottenham, are in very decent form. They lost tonight in the Carabao Cup to West Ham. Bit of a bogey team for Tottenham, to be quite fair. You wouldn't have expected that, but yeah, that's really everything to update you with the preview. We'll be coming up with a starting line prediction maybe tomorrow or something like that. I think it's confirmed Bailey is suggestively supposed to be missing. Phil Jones is expected to return back, as I said. Paul Pogba's still out. Fellaini's still out, as I said. It's going to be Matic and Herrera, isn't of course. We've got Bailey still out. Fellaini, Paul Pogba, Ibrahimovic, I think Rojo is expected to return in a couple of weeks, that left back position, as I said. So yeah, we'll really see what happens. But Tottenham have had results at like 4-0 at Huddersfield, beat Bournemouth 1-0 at home, beat Liverpool 4-1, that was a good victory for them, lost to West Ham 3-2 tonight. They've only lost 1 game this season, that was at Wembley to Chelsea. They lost to Chelsea, didn't they? Won at Newcastle in the first game of the season away 2-0. They're doing pretty well. As I said, they're doing well in the Champions League at the moment at Tottenham. Who else? Who else have Tottenham played? I can't even remember. And, there's been, fantastic Manchester United and Tottenham encounters over years. We've seen fantastic games. We've seen Man United, Tottenham. We've seen the 5-2, when 2-0 down, come back to 5-2 with Ronaldo, Tevez, Berbatov in the team. When we paid 30 million for Berbatov. We've seen the 5-3 years ago, when we were 3-0 down at half-time, pulled it back to 5-3 in the second half. That was a classic game between Manchester United and Tottenham. Where we're beaten 3-0 a couple of years ago. There's been fantastic games between Manchester United and Tottenham, but they were the 2 favourite ones I'd seen. The 5-2 when we were 2-0 down, and the 5-3 when we were 3-0 down in the process. But what concerns me is Harry Kane. That's what really concerns me, is Harry Kane. But yeah, it says Pochettino has also lost more Premier League matches against Mourinho. So yeah, so Tottenham really at Old Trafford don't have a very good record. As I said, in the current process, it says Tottenham have lost 20 of their last Premier League away trip to Old Trafford. So yeah, Tottenham don't really have a good record at Old Trafford. So hopefully we can get the 3 points. Hopefully we can keep the pressure on Manchester City, because I want us to win that title. We haven't won it since 2013. We have got 20 titles in total, but I'd love to see United try and get this title this season. Because Jose Mourinho and 3 chances to win has spent like £300 million. But yeah, it'd be really good to see us get this title, because we haven't won it since 2013 as well. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel, subscribe to the channel as always, and take it easy, and I'll see you all later. Bye.